Hey, what is up, everybody? I am here to give you my WWE NXT review for January 21st, 2015. I want to apologize in advance if you can't understand much about what I'm saying. I have my retainer in, so it doesn't really work out the way I want it to. Now, as you can tell from the background, you can see my poster is a little bit, it's back to being flipped because I'm not using my laptop to record the video. I'm using my tablet because it's at my mom's house, but I am, however, going there later, so you will get the videos of me later with that. Now you're probably wondering, why is NXT late this week? Well, I'll tell you, it did it again. If you didn't see my Facebook status, it did it again. The NXT did it again. It didn't come on. It was Total Divas, crappy Total Divas. It was fucking crappy ass Total Divas. But this time I wasn't really too pissed about it, because to be honest with you, even if I wanted to watch NXT, which I wouldn't have mind doing, I actually wasn't feeling it. You know, even if it came on, I was not feeling watching NXT, because I had come from school, and I was really tired, and I just was not in the mood to take notes on wrestling and talk about it. Anyhow, yeah, I was not in the mood to take notes about wrestling and talk about it. So I was like, you know what, screw it. I'll just wait till tomorrow, and that's exactly what I did. I still was going to give you the review with just no notes, though, so we got that going. But, yeah, let's just kind of cut right into it. Alright, so we had Jason Albert, Rich Brennan, and Corey Graves on commentary. William Regal's backstage, and he announces that there's going to be another NXT special called NXT TakeOver. I don't know what exactly they're going to call it this time, or if it's just going to be NXT TakeOver. I'm not sure, though. But he announces the special will take place on February 11th, 2015. And then we find out that since Sami Zayn was able to retain his NXT Championship last week, they're gonna have a tournament, and the winner will face Sami Zayn for the NXT Championship. Whoever wins the tournament, and we're gonna talk about later on who's in the tournament. And if you have me on Snapchat, or you follow me on Twitter, or you're friends with my Owen Finch Facebook page, then you should know who already is in the tournament, because I posted a picture about it. So I just want to make sure I brought that to your attention. So then we were supposed to get Sami Zayn versus Ty Dillinger, but Sami Zayn just runs right out there, beats the crap out of him, and he calls out Kevin Owens. He wants to finish this. He calls him out, but then William Regal comes out and says, you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't. This isn't the Sami Zayn that I know. You can't just come out here and refuse to compete in the match and expect to get what you want. Sami Zayn says, though, that he's not going to wrestle another match until he gets to face Kevin Owens. So then, what happens next? Sami Zayn, he doesn't demand the match because he respects William Regal. He asked for it. He doesn't, and William Regal even said he's not ready to face you for the title yet because he hasn't earned it yet. So Sami Zayn says he doesn't care about the title. He wants a non-title match against Kevin Owens. So then William Regal says that at NXT TakeOver February 11th, 2015, it will be Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. So I thought that was good stuff. I actually liked this segment. It was great stuff. And I can't wait to see that match. I'm looking forward to it. So then William Regal gets interviewed, and he says that Sami Zayn's going to come face-to-face with Kevin Owens before NXT TakeOver, because they're going to have a contract signing next week. I thought that was fine. And then we got the first round match for the NXT number 1 contenders tournament. We get Curtis Axel versus Finn Balor. I thought this was a solid match. Finn Balor hit the drop kick, and then he does a flip dive right over the ropes on Curtis Axel. And then Curtis Axel takes control with he goes for a clothesline, and then Finn Balor ducks, and then he clotheslines it right in the back of the head. and then Axel pretty much kicks Finn Balor's ass throughout the rest of the match. And he actually hit an awesome knee lift on Finn Balor that he hit before, but I just wanted to mention that. I thought that was awesome. And then Finn Balor makes a comeback. He hits a Pele. He hits all his moves. And then he goes up, and then he hits a stomp off the top rope on the Axel for the win, so he advances in the tournament. I thought that was good. I actually like Finn Balor. I think Curtis actually needs to win this match. It does suck for him because he's now losing on NXT, but I thought this was fine. It helps get the newer talent over. Sasha Banks gets interviewed because William Regal also announced backstage that Sasha Banks was going to face Charlotte for the NXT Women's Championship. I don't know who that is. I'll check that out in a second. So Sasha Banks gets interviewed, and she says that Charlotte has no help tonight like she did last week, and she's going to beat her for the NXT Championship. I thought that, Women's Championship. I thought that was fine. So then Bo Dempsey gets interviewed because, oh my gosh, who's fucking messaging me? Because next week he's going to go one-on-one with Baron Corbin in another NXT first round championship tournament, and he says that last week was a fluke. He had the victory in the palm of his hands, but he blew it. And he says next week it's not going to be just him and Baron. It's going to be him and the fans, and they'll be chanting "Bo, Bo, Bo." I thought it was a fine promo. It was okay. So then we get Charlotte defending the NXT Women's Championship against Sasha Banks with Becky Lynch ringside. This match wasn't that good because it wasn't very long, but you're going to find out what happened. So Charlotte and Sasha are both like doing like chain wrestling, and they both roll on the outside, and Charlotte is just kicking Sasha's ass, so then Becky Lynch tries to interfere, but she takes her out with a clothesline, and then Charlotte, is just kicking her ass, and then Becky Lynch gets involved and causes a DQ, so Charlotte retains. Then they both just beat down, and Sasha is pissed about it, but then they just beat down Charlotte. And then Bayley comes out, makes the save. I was not very happy about this. I don't like Bayley. Everybody knows that. And then afterwards, she holds the NXT Women's Championship like she's like memorized by it. And she gives it, and Charlotte takes it back. And afterwards, she hits a belly on the Charlotte and lays her out. And then afterwards, William Regal comes out and makes a match. It's going to be for NXT TakeOver February 11th, 2015. Charlotte will defend the NXT Women's Championship against Bayley, Becky Lynch, and Sasha Banks. I actually did predict this happening. I didn't think they make the match this soon, but I did predict that they would make this match. I thought it was all fine. I have to use, by the way, I forgot to mention, I had to use a notebook to take my notes because my phone's charging right now. So then Kevin Owens gets interviewed. There's a new interview with the guy this week. I don't think it said his name. But he's like, "Do you work here?" I thought that was kind of funny. And he says, and the guy asks, "What do you want? What do you want to say to Sami Zayn? Like, what are your thoughts about having this match with Sami Zayn?" And then it's to take over February 11th, 2015. And then he's just like, anything I want to say to Sami Zayn, I'll say it next week on the contract signing. So I like how Kevin Owens is kind of being quiet about this. I think next week Kevin Owens will finally say the reason why he attacked Sami Zayn. And I think that's all going to be fine and good. So we get the Vaudevillains, which is Aiden English and Simon Gosh, versus Buddy Murphy and Wesley Blake. This was a decent tag team match. The Vaudevillains pretty much kicked I think Wesley Blake his ass, and then eventually Buddy Murphy gets the hot tag, and Simon Gosh is distracting the referee, so Wesley Blake hits the I think it's Wesley Blake. They both kind of look alike. I don't really know who's who yet. Wesley Blake hits the insecurity behind the referee's back, and Buddy Murphy rolls him up and gets the win. So then they win. It was an upset. I actually was shocked. I didn't think they'd win, so I was happy about that because the match was kind of going I thought the match was okay, but it would have been predictable if you had the Vaudevillains win. It looks like there's some dissension between the Vaudevillains because they actually were kind of arguing afterwards, so I thought this was all fine and good. Then we get Tyler Breeze interview, and he said tonight he's going to win the, well, he says when he wins the NXT Championship tournament, and he wins the NXT Championship, he says, that, he's going to, he's going to separate the world from beauts to uggos, which means beautiful and ugly. I thought that was actually a really good promo by him, and I thought that was awesome. Then Wesley Baker and Buddy Murphy getting interviewed, and it said that wasn't an upset. They won that match fair and square, and they said next week they're challenging the Lucha Dragons, which is Kalisto and Sin Cara, for the NXT Tag Team Championships. Later on, we find out that the challenge gets accepted, so next week we're going to get the Lucha Dragons defending the NXT Tag Team Championships against Wesley Baker and Buddy Murphy. I actually think that should be fine. I don't really know what's going to happen in that match. I'm assuming the Lucha Dragons will retain, but we'll see. So then we got Tyler Breeze versus Hideo Itami in another first round tournament match for the NXT number one contenders. But I know it's a mouthful to say. It's not easy to say with a fucking retainer in your mouth. But you know what I mean. This was a great match. Hideo Itami hit the knee to the gut, and then he knees him Breeze right in the face. Breeze uses the referee like a shield, and then he kicks Hideo in the ribs. Eventually, Tyler Breeze uses like his win awareness to dominate Hideo Itami. He hits a sick neckbreaker on him, tries to cover him. Hideo kicks out, and then he just dominates him from that point on. I thought that was all fine and good. And then eventually, Hideo Itami makes a comeback. He hits a knee to the corner. He hangs him up on the ropes. He hits awesome kicks. He hit the flying clothesline, which Breeze kicked out of. And then eventually, he tries to go for a roll-up. Tyler Breeze hit the beauty's kick. I forget what he calls it, but it's the super kick. And Hideo Itami kicked out of it, which I liked. And then he just pretty much beats the crap out of Hideo Itami. He hits like a crucifix roll-up leg sweep kind of move, but Hideo Itami kicks out of it. And then he just starts trash talking him, says, "You're nothing, I'm better than you." And then Hideo Itami makes a comeback, hits the drop kick in the corner, and then he hits the drop kick and gets the win. And I thought that was awesome. This was a great match. I really enjoyed this match, and I can't wait to see because now the next time, I don't know, probably a couple of weeks from now, we're gonna get Finn Balor versus Hideo Itami in the tournament. I wasn't expecting Tyler Breeze to lose this match. I was expecting him to go over, but I'm happy Hideo Itami went over, and I can't wait to see Finn Balor versus Hideo Itami. I think that would be a great match. One thing I forgot to mention is when Tyler Breeze was coming out for the match, and there was someone like stalking him, watching him while he was coming out. It was Marcus Louis, pretty much, if you don't know that. They're slowly building that feud up. I think that's fine. It's a feud, so it's not the greatest feud ever, but I think it's fine. I mean, it will probably get better as time goes along. And that was NXT this week. I thought it was a great show. William Regal got a lot of TV time. I liked the stuff with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. I liked the tag team match. I liked everything pretty much on the show. The tag team match, the tournament matches. As for I think who's going to win, I think someone will win, like the people in it, and then Kevin Owens will come out and get a match and win that. Or either that or they'll just kind of, I don't really know what's going to happen really with this tournament. I could see maybe, someone like Hideo Itami winning, and then Kevin Owens comes out and pretty much wins, or I'm not really sure who can win right now. It's too early to tell. That was my NXT review. I hope you guys liked it. If you want to subscribe, click right here. And other than that, that's pretty much it, guys. See you later. If you want to do something else, like don't follow me on Instagram, by the way. But if you want to do other things, like the Twitter, follow me on Twitter and stuff. You know what to do. That's pretty much it, guys. Though, peace out. Peace out. No.